Discover solutions to issues that affect your family and professional life with practical information to help you get past life's adversities. Take a proactive approach to power up your life with Rosalie's expert resources.
With the new school year in force, families will spend more time in front of digital screens, staring at chalkboards, and commuting through lots of traffic. We all rely on good eye health to get us through each day. Yet, surprisingly, Americans pay little attention to their eye health. In fact, according to a recent survey, 1 in 5 Americans is more concerned about maintaining a youthful appearance than a healthy vision. And nearly a third of Americans would take a new car or a private chef over a lifetime of perfect vision. Not a smart choice. Joining us with some sound advice to make good choices is Dr. Kimberly Reed, optometrist and board member of the Ocular Nutrition Society. She's a South Florida gal joining us, along with Elizabeth Sommer, a nationally recognized registered dietitian and author. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Dr. Reed, explain the correlation between good nutrition and eye health.
Well, it's another misconception that people, as they get older, are going to lose their eyesight or the quality of their eyesight just because of the aging process. In fact, 4 out of 5 Americans believe that, and that's really not the case, because we know from research and many scientific studies that a lifetime of good, healthy habits and proper nutrition can really delay the onset of certain disease or even prevent those diseases like cataract or age-related macular degeneration, which are 2 of the leading cause of vision decline in our elderly population.
Elizabeth, is it true that if we eat carrots regularly, we get all the nutrients to support healthy vision?
Oh, I think most people believe that carrots are the eye vegetable. And granted, carrots do have vitamin A in them. That is important for seeing in dim light. But there are other vitamin A rich vegetables that are actually better for your eyes. The dark green leafy vegetables like spinach, kale, collards, chard not only have the vitamin A, but they have 2 very important compounds for your eyes to lower your risk for macular degeneration and cataracts down the road. That's lutein and zeaxanthin. You need at least 10 milligrams of lutein, 2 milligrams of zeaxanthin every day. That would require eating 2 cups of spinach every day. And guess what? 90% of Americans aren't doing that. So on the days you don't eat perfectly, it's a really good idea to try to eat well and then supplement with some of these important eye nutrients.
So what foods are best to eat to get the nutrients crucial to supporting eye health?
Well, as Elizabeth said, since most Americans aren't getting these wonderful foods in their diet in enough quantity, that's when supplements can really help to fill that gap. And so as the research shows, it's either through food or supplements. So long as the levels are high enough in our bloodstream, this is what's protective as we get older with our vision, and not only cataracts, but macular degeneration, which, as you know, can be visually devastating.
Here in South Florida, doctor, the sun is so powerful. So how does the sun affect our eye health?
It's vicious, as you mentioned, and it's not just in Florida. I mean, even if you're traveling to another part of the country or the world, those UV rays have been shown to accelerate the aging process, not only in our skin, but also in our eyes. And they accelerate the formation of cataracts and macular degeneration. So the unique thing about lutein and zeaxanthin, as Elizabeth was saying, is they actually act as internal sunglasses, if you will, over the most important parts of our eyes. And that's one of the mechanisms that makes it work to protect us from these diseases.
Elizabeth, where can our viewers find more eye health information?
Okay, if you want to know more about the 6 nutrients for eye health, the lutein, zeaxanthin, vitamin C, vitamin E, zinc, and the omega-3 DHA, go to the website vitaminsinmotion.com.
Thank you, ladies, for joining us this morning to create awareness of the importance of eye health at any age. Throughout history, women used every trick in the book to make their eyes and lashes stronger and more appealing. A recent study in the research journal Biology Letters reported our gaze is automatically drawn to the eye area. As women transition from their 20s into their 30s and 40s into their 50s and older, they notice changes, especially deep facial lines around their eyes, puffiness or dark circles, even thinning eyelashes. Here to teach women how to reinvent and reinvest in our daily eye routine is Dr. Ellen Marmer, a leading dermatologist and dermatological surgeon, and Bridget Reese Anderson, one of our nation's best and most accomplished makeup artists. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Doctor, tell us more about what happens to the area around the eyes over time.
Well, people come into my office saying, Dr. Marmer, I just look tired, or I have dark circles under my eyes, or I'm getting all these wrinkles around my eyes. What's going on? And the truth is, sun damage, especially in Florida, is definitely going to create thinness of the skin and lose your elasticity and collagen, which will contribute to wrinkles and dark spots. Also, using those muscles over time, squinting from all that bright sun or just expressing, are going to cause entrenched lines between the eyebrows and the crow's feet area. And sadly, the bones that hold up our upper face dissolve and become a little bit smaller, so you start to feel kind of swollen and a little bit smaller in that area. The good news is that there are some simple non-surgical techniques we can use in the office, such as Botox Cosmetic to help smooth the wrinkles around the eyes in the muscle areas, and also Latisse, which helps restore some of those eyelashes that you've lost. As you mentioned, the eyelashes shed and become thinner and break easily and lose their color. And Brigitte will teach us how important the eyelashes are for the rejuvenation or the younger look around the eye. But so Latisse is the only FDA-approved medicine to help grow longer eyelashes over 4 weeks to 16 weeks.
What are some tips that women can do to make their eyes pop?
One thing that is important to keep that youthful look about your eyes is to emphasize the lash line, because that is really what gives you that perky, awake, and youthful look. So the lash line, to emphasize that, you can use mascara, you can curl your lashes, which is very important. You can use eyeliner. You should also take care of your eyebrows and make sure that they frame the eyes nicely, because as you mature, the eyelashes and the eyebrows lose their pigment. Not okay. So you want to add more emphasis and drama to that part.
Doctor, should we treat the area around our eyes any different than the face?
Definitely. The eyelid skin is so thin and fragile, even taking off all that extra mascara is going to kind of scrub and irritate the eyelid skin and make it look even more wrinkly, and actually cause the dark circles to get even worse when you're scrubbing that area. So using something like Latisse to help grow your eyelashes and diminish how much mascara you have to use will actually help preserve that skin around the eyes. I love using sunscreen around the eyes. I love recommending good sunglasses, a hat, anything you can do to help prevent that sunlight from deteriorating that elastin and collagen. And then using serums and growth factors, some of these great new creams that are out really do help. So use it morning and night. Try to be loyal to your products and never use anything that stings. It should always feel elegant and smooth, whatever you're using on your skin.
So where can our viewers get more information?
You can find out more about Latisse on latisse.com, or you can look at botoxcosmetic.com. And you can always go see a dermatologist near you to learn more about these medicines.
Thank you, ladies, for sharing tips and tricks for our daily eye routine to make our eyes dazzle and create major lash envy.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The National Football League has teamed up with Urology Care Foundation for the 6th year to create awareness of the Know Your Stats About Prostate Cancer campaign. This initiative is to encourage men to know their prostate cancer risk and to start the conversation with their doctor. Leading the way are two of our favorite football heroes, Pro Football Hall of Famer Harry Carson and Pro Football Hall of Famer and prostate cancer survivor Michael Haynes. Good morning, gentlemen. Thanks for joining us again this year.
Sure.
Michael, you were diagnosed at a prostate cancer event at the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Yes, actually it was the very first prostate cancer event with the NFL and the Urology Care Foundation. I really wasn't there to be screened. I was there at the time. I worked for the National Football League, but they asked me to help guys get involved. And one of the ways they could do that was to take a simple test, a blood test, a PSA test. And the result of that test, the doctor called me in and asked me what was my baseline PSA. I had never heard of PSA before. I didn't even know what he was talking about. But when he gave me these statistics that 1 in 6 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in their lifetime, that seemed like a lot of men to me. So I said, how many women are diagnosed with breast cancer? He said, 1 in 8. I said, wait a minute, why is it I know so much about breast cancer? What's prostate cancer? I didn't know anything about it. So he gave me the stats. You know, as African-American men, 1 in 5 would be diagnosed. If it runs in your family, 1 in 3 would be diagnosed. And that was a little scary for me. So when I got back, I called my primary care doctor. He looked at my chart and saw that I did have a little spike or change in my PSA and sent me for a biopsy. And lo and behold, I had prostate cancer. So that's not the way that we want men to find out if they have prostate cancer.
So you have the courage now to go out and to inspire others as a prostate cancer survivor. So it did change your life forever.
It changed my life forever, and I've actually have heard so many stories, Rose, that, for instance, it runs in families. I heard of stories where the father died of prostate cancer. The older brother was diagnosed with prostate cancer and had the surgery. The younger brother now gets diagnosed with prostate cancer, finds out it runs in families, and picks up the phone right away, wants to let his older brother know. Well, his older brother has already had the surgery. Older brother never told his younger brother. And so it runs in families, and a lot of times you can ask one of those guys, hey, what does a prostate gland do? They have no idea. So we're trying to make sure that men know some of the symptoms, and at least they're having discussion with their doctor and other men survivors like myself that might be able to help them.
This is really a conversation that men don't necessarily want to have, but we really need to have it, especially if you are over 40. You really need to have this conversation, because prostate cancer is going to affect 1 in 7 men in this country. And as Mike said earlier, if you're an African American, it's going to be 1 in 5, and if someone in your family has it, it's 1 in 3. So we need to have this conversation, because if it's caught early, it is treatable.
So Harry, you remind us that prostate cancer is treatable, but men fear that this is a doom and gloom situation, and it's the end of their manhood.
I started getting my prostate examined at 36 because I had that conversation with my doctor, and he said because I was an African American male that I probably should start at the age of 40. And I said, well, let's just go ahead and start doing it now. And at the age of 36, I moved forward, and every year I have that exam. Oftentimes, it's the first exam that I take when I go into the room for my annual physical, because I want to know, I want to get it out of the way. But the other thing is, if we as big burly football players, a little aged football players now, if we can do it, anybody can do it. Any male, every male should do it and not be afraid.
That's right, so don't lose your machismo. So Michael, what do you want other men to know about prostate cancer?
I want them to know that it's treatable, and that they need to know that it's treatable and start to have discussion with their doctor. If they need more information, they can go to our website, knowyourstats.org. There's an awful lot of information there about symptoms. One symptom that if someone would have told me, I might have walked into my doctor's office, and that symptom was, it can hurt when you have an orgasm. That's a symptom. There's a lot of symptoms. There's, if you wake up in the middle of the night, if you have a slow urine,
stream, yeah.
All these things men need to know. Talk to other survivors. That's the real message for me, is talk to other survivors, find out what's going on, and then get in there and talk to your own doctor, find out your own risk for prostate cancer.
Thank you both for sharing your personal stories and the passion you both share as two burly, manly men advocates to let other men know that it's not about weakness, it's about your health.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rose.
Planning a vacation to a new place can be stressful and exciting at the same time. So whether you're planning to travel to Miami or Las Vegas or another iconic destination, knowing what you're getting yourself into in advance can help calm those pre-travel jitters. Thankfully, there are new travel trends that can make this possible with a click of a mouse, making planning easier than ever before. Here to share the latest tech trends in travel is the youngest American to visit every country in the world, travel expert Lee Abamonte. Good morning, Lee.
Good morning to you, and I'm great.
Lee, you visited over 312 countries, taking the lead as a world travel expert. So tell us about these new travel trends.
One of the newest travel trends is virtual reality. Basically, you get to see and experience a destination before you actually go. And Las Vegas and Google Maps have recently created something called GeoVegas, which you can see at geovegas.lasvegas.com. It allows you to virtually experience all the hotels, restaurants, spas, pools, and other great points of interest here in Las Vegas to help you plan your trip based upon your preferences before you come, so you can feel pretty comfortable about what you're getting yourself into.
So why has virtual reality become such a big hit?
Well, because it allows people to see and experience what they don't know. Because in a place like Las Vegas, where things change like every other month, you can see what's new, what's cool, what's trending, and you can make decisions based upon like what you like. And with the Google Maps Business View, you can get 360-degree panoramic views. Las Vegas is one of the very first destinations to do this. They're really at the forefront of technology, and most importantly, you can do curated journeys, which basically groups your experience thematically based on what you're looking for and what you like to do.
And seeing this virtual tour shouldn't disappoint you after seeing those old deceiving pictures of the past of these travel hotspots.
Exactly. You don't have to worry about it being a picture from like 2002 back when you're using Netscape. But you can actually see it live in real time, or certainly very recently, and you can see what you want to do, because like I said, things change, and if you like a certain type of spa or a certain type of restaurant, and then hotels open all the time here in Las Vegas, like for instance the Cromwell and the SLS and the Delano have all just recently opened, you can see what it's like inside. So if you'd been here before and maybe you stayed at the Bellagio one time, but you're thinking about maybe trying something else, you can actually see it for yourself firsthand to make that decision.
Tell us about some of your top travel moments in your life.
Well, there's been so many great travel moments in my life. I haven't been to every country in the world, but I have to say that summiting Mount Kilimanjaro with one of my best friends, that was definitely a great experience. And I'm going to go ahead and say that going into Libya during the war, back in the Arab Spring in 2011, to actually complete going to every country in the world, that was pretty awesome. I can't lie about that.
So where can our viewers find more travel trend information?
geovegas.lasvegas.com is the website, and it's a great tool, and it can really help you plan your trip, and it seamlessly links to lasvegas.com to really help you plan your journey.
Thanks, Lee, for sharing some of your world travel experiences and the latest tech trends in travel.
Thank you.
The temperatures are dropping as the fall season in Florida gives us that time that we need to enjoy spending quality time with our family and enjoying our lives. But don't fall behind on the newest tech trends and products that make life easier, safer, and more fun. Whether you're a parent or a kid, and then you're into fantasy or reality, Emmy Award winner and tech and digital lifestyle commentator Mario Armstrong is here to share his tech tips for the season. Good morning, Mario.
Good morning, Rosalie. How are you?
With our kids back in school, we're all keeping up with this added expenses. And it's hard not to forget, cash is still king.
Yeah, it can be problematic. It's hard to do that. We live in such a plastic world right now, but I have an app that may be able to come to the rescue for all of us. I know I've used this app several times myself. It's called the Cash app, and it's made from Square. So you may know Square as the people where you can swipe a card and make a transaction, but this is the Cash app. This is a mobile app you put on your phone that you can actually send and receive money. It's the fastest way to send and receive money right from your handheld device. And it's free to do it. All you need is a debit card, you need a phone number and an email address, and then you can start using the app. It deposits the money directly into someone's bank account too. I've used this when I needed to tip someone and didn't have cash on me. I was like, hey, what's your email address? I can send this to you right now.
So, all right, so now we took care of our financial responsibilities. How about having fun? What's new and hot in gaming?
Yes, the hot stuff for the fall season. You're going to want to make sure that you pay attention to the Sony PlayStation 4. It's sold over 10 million. It's the #1 selling next generation console right now. They've put together, though, a great bundle. Not only the game system and not only the DualShock 4 controller, which is an awesome controller with some new features on it, but also a great game. It's called Destiny. Lots of people are having a lot of fun. This is an action-packed game based in like a mythic setting where you have to save the world.
Mobile security is a huge concern for all of us. Anything new to protect our mobile security?
Kaspersky Internet Security. This will protect your device not only from viruses and malware, but also from theft. If I lose it or it gets stolen, I can track it down by location. I can also remotely wipe any of my personal data off of it so nobody can get access to that stuff. My favorite feature is the mugshot feature. You can actually remotely turn on the camera on your phone and take a picture of someone when they're using your phone. That way you can give that to law enforcement and they can get the job done and get you your device back.
And let's not forget, trust is an important factor. Like finding that special someone that you want to snuggle up with.
So the one that I've been checking out is called Zoosk, Z-O-O-S-K. Now, this is the #1 mobile dating app because two reasons. One, they use technology in a different way. They use something called behavioral matchmaking technology. It learns your preferences, your likes, your dislikes, kind of like Netflix would if you're watching movies and renting movies. And so it can help you really make the best matches. The second thing I really like that gets most people in trouble when they try to do any type of online dating is that the pictures that people see in their profiles are never truly representative of who that person really looks like in current day and time. They have a photo verification tool within the app as well, which really helps to minimize any of that nonsense.
How about apps that can keep our kids safe?
Here's the thing, people. You should not be on these sites unless they are over the age of 13. So what's a kid under the age of 13 really to do? And so there's a great app that will not only teach them safely and in a secure environment, but also educate them about social media. So the app is called Cuddle, Kuddle, and it's a great way for them to share their artwork. They can share their photos. There's features in here to prevent online bullying, which I really, really like. And there's tons of parental controls. This was developed by parents who was just really like, there isn't anything out there that seems to be safe enough for a kid to do anything social on a mobile device. So that's why they came up with it.
Anything else you want to share with us, Mario?
I wanted to mention the Acer Iconia, the A1830. With the Intel inside. The Intel processor inside is going to make sure that it's got great performance, fast web browsing, super responsive display for all your favorite apps. But my favorite feature, all-day battery life on this thing.
So where can our viewers check out all these tech goodies?
You can find that over at our website at thunknews.com/fall roundup.
Thanks, Mario, for all your fall tech tips to keep us having fun and being safe.
Yes, you're welcome, Rosalie. Good to talk to you.
Some of the busiest shopping days of the year are during the holiday season. Consumers can shop till they drop with excitement. Since the 1950s, we've experienced a rise of the suburban mall. In fact, retailers plan to open over 42,000 stores over the next 12 months. And over 81,000 in the next 24 months. That's nearly a 5-year high. A new report reveals surprising information about trends to enhance that customer experience. Mike Kircheville is the president and CEO of the International Council of Shopping Centers. He joins us to discuss the report and how the retail industry is changing to reflect consumer needs and trends in shopping. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, Rosalie. Thank you for having me with you.
So what are some surprising results of this survey?
Well, I think the most surprising one is that in general, consumers were probably not aware about the health of the shopping center industry. They hear a lot about online shopping and other ways to acquire goods and services, and not necessarily focusing on how healthy their local shopping centers really are. In fact, all of the metrics at shopping centers are at or near record levels. So there's a lot of health in your local shopping center. And just as an aside to that, that means jobs, that means tax revenues, that means Little League teams are supported, soccer teams are supported. So the health of your local shopping centers, your shopping malls, your retailers is real positive for the communities as well.
Tell us about some of the latest shopping trends.
Well, on the consumer level, what we've seen is consumers are integrating technology with into their shopping experience. I'll give you one example of how this is working. Consumers today are spending more and more time doing what we call web rooming. They're doing the research of products before they go to the store to buy them. So they'll go online, find out where the product is sold, have a good idea about the pricing of the product and all of its details, and then they'll probably even click on where it's available at their local shopping center. They'll drive to the shopping center, they'll touch the merchandise, which they want to do, they'll try on the merchandise, and they'll make the purchase at the store. So by integrating the internet, the web, with a physical shopping experience, that's really driving shopping, retailing, and driving the whole experience of shopping in ways that were really unimaginable 10 years ago or even 5 years ago.
All this new technology will create a new consumer experience.
Oh, it absolutely is. One of the other young men that we were talking to in a shopping center at Teen said, "What do you think about shopping centers?" And he said, "Wow, this is like a real-world Amazon," which I thought was such a poignant point of the integration of that generation technology. And he was loving the fact that, wow, I can actually touch the stuff before I buy it, which I couldn't do on Amazon.
And Mike, it's such an exciting experience to roam a festive shopping center during the holidays. But we also need to be aware of our security in a mall.
Well, that's absolutely right. And making a shopping center feel comfortable, not just from the environment, the air conditioning and the heating, but also from a security standpoint, has been a top priority of the shopping center industry forever and continues to be so today. That the resources that are invested in making shoppers feel safe and secure are enormous.
Thanks, Mike, for sharing the changes in consumer needs to keep us safe and knowledgeable consumers.
Thank you, Rosalie.
Technology allows consumers the ability to compare resources to increase your consumer experience. Listen up, men. Don't procrastinate anymore. Start that conversation with your doctor to know your prostate cancer risk. And remember, our daily diet needs nutrients to protect our eye health by taking vitamins and motion. 1 in every 5 Americans is more concerned about maintaining youthful appearance than healthy vision. Share with us how you incorporate eye-healthy foods into your family's daily diet at facebook.com/Rosalie Show or visit us at rosaliearchershow.com. And remember, we all rely on good eyesight to get us through each day. So we will see you soon.